Hello, Akira here, and welcome back to Conquest of Elysium 4. We are in part 9 of Tales of Roboticus. We're following the adventures of our enchanter here. And just to sort of recap, we have eliminated everyone on the map except for the Troll King. And I won't go into the details of how that happened. I did kill the barbarian leader myself. But the trolls have been doing a pretty good job of sort of keeping me at bay, or presenting me with an army big enough that every time I defeat them, I have to rebuild, and it's sort of keeping me from expanding in the way that I wanted. However, last part, in part 8, I was able to turn Roboticus into a level 3 enchanter, and that gave me access to these crystal golems here, which were amazingly powerful. And what they do is essentially they have a great attack with all sorts of different things they can attack with, massive hit points. But one of the coolest things they do is they have a chance to turn the enemy into these little crystal entities themselves. And they are, while they're immobile, they stay on the map. And so that's just a cool little thing. I think if I were to ever fight someone inside of like a little hamlet, they would offer a really good defensive place for that. So anyway, so that's really cool. Thank you to the user Surapath. I think I'm saying that right. They pointed out something that I had missed. And so when you upgrade your enchanter, you get access to these level 3 enchantment skills as well. But these little asterisks here are super important. And he or she pointed out that those are what I have memorized. And so essentially, I'm not using Battle of Fortune. I'm using fire resistance, my level 1. So I'm going to change that now. And as you've heard, I think luck is like the most powerful skill. Because it gives you a chance to just miss the attack completely. And no matter what it is or how powerful it is, if it's not hitting you, it doesn't matter. And so I believe luck gives you a 50-50 chance of missing it. And so this is huge. This huge area, by the time the enemy does, if they do penetrate, all of these or most of these units should have luck cast on them, making them difficult to hit. Combine that with the fact that I have Army of Flames now, and they have a Flame Shield. So if they do get hit, they're causing damage with that hit. So certainly a very, very powerful. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I do have a Flying Golem. He does have a Gem of Flying. I did give that to him. I also learned that you can give items to people. And while I don't think that's tactically necessarily giving him an advantage, because he is a giant, I think he can climb over walls anyway. I don't think flying does much, but it's pretty badass. Having a flying crystal golem is just awesome. So I have that. I do have, I call it my my roofie stick, is the stick of sleep here. So that's super handy. I move that up front. And so with that said, I'm doing better, and I am determined to sort of go on the offensive. I've always said that I play very conservatively, and I'm going to do my best to just start pushing the map as much as I can. So I'm not sure how big the map is. I sort of guess, just by sort of moving it around, that I don't have a majority of it. I bet I have maybe a little more than a quarter, so maybe a third would be, I think, would be high. I think I'm estimating a third would be high. So the barbarians are eliminated, and they seemed to be coming from this side of the map, and the trolls have seemed to be coming from this side of the map, but more recently they're coming from all angles, which makes me worried that they have taken over the barbarian territory and like have this whole chunk of the map to themselves. We also have yet to find the civilian or the independent capital, which my main goal in life has been to sort of overthrow them and bring my giant crystal golems crashing over their fort. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit more aggressively. It may come back to bite me in the ass. There is a troll army over here that I'm a little bit worried about encountering, but I'm just going to go for it. That's all you can do. Okay, so Roboticus is going to move. I'm going to have Roboticus come down and retake these areas and then move west, so that I can sort of explore that region. I'm pretty sure that this I mean, the top of the map, oh god, it could go on forever, actually. This doesn't really give you, yeah, who knows, actually. I have a feeling that I'm close to it, because I think it did say it was like 30 by 50 or something. So I am somewhat close to the top, I feel. I think I have definitely more this way to go. So he's going to move that way. I'm going to keep purchasing sort of archers and spearmen just to keep that going because they're cheap. And I am going to go ahead and give this guy another level 2. And maybe another one as well. Oh, can't. Next turn. Just because I'd like to sort of give him a little bit more power. Since I gave Roboticus the level 3, I want to just sort of explore these level 2s a little bit more. So this Enliven statue is basically, I think, pretty self-explanatory. It doesn't move. It's great for defense. So I'm going to try to get them here and place these at these points of contention right here to sort of alleviate this back and forth that's been going on forever. So there's that. Ingvar left some soldiers here, I noticed, so I'm going to actually bring him back and get that army to its maximum strength. Because yeah, that's what needs to happen. And for now, that's it. So in turn, I do have this troll army coming in that I can't see because every time they take over something, they stay in the shadows. So I need to deal with them as soon as possible. So Roboticus is going to come down and deal with that. Well, I guess next turn he will. That little guy and move east. Oh, you know what? I just noticed. Gosh, that territory was lost. How'd that happen? So I take that back. That's sort of embarrassing. When you get like to the right next to your capital, the trolls take that. That's just a morale loss there. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to recruit another enchanter as soon as I can, and maybe even an assassin. I'm just gonna sort of be aggressive, and I've been saving money, but you know that's not fighting the enemy. So there's that. We'll move him back. Oh yeah, let's move Arnulf up here to have him sort of spawn some more tree golems. Can I see? No. One captain. I'm gonna have to deal with them. Gosh, should I do another Grand Mastery? Not yet. I could. Yeah, why not? Let's. You know what? Aggressive. Create home portal. And create portal. Okay, the enchanter is able to create a permanent portal through which armies can cross that. Oh my god, that's huge. These are enemies as well, so have to be careful with that. But man, that's huge, especially since I can only create normal units here. Some portal space will be able to go from their portals to another enchanter's portal. Can be cast anywhere. Okay, so how much is that? It's pretty expensive. Home portal. Enchanter is able to create a permanent portal through which armies can cross. Home. Okay, this ritual creates the home portal, which must be placed in the home citadel. So I gotta move him back down here. So that's not something I'm gonna be able to use immediately, but I could do the other portal like here now, and wait till I get a chance to come back here to cast that. So. All in good time. All in good time. For now, another wood golem. Excellent. Okay, let's go ahead and move you back here. And I did learn something. I think it was from regular Joe that I can do that. And so what that does is combine my forces so I'm not having to move like a bunch of commanders around. It just saves me time. So that's good. Let's go ahead and end turn. I'm going to have to deal with these guys for sure. Okay. I have to. They're taking over my territory. So let's go ahead and move them there. Roboticus is going to take that back and attack them to keep that from happening. I'm going to go ahead and create some more. Let's do spearmen there. And there's that. Yeah, I have to deal with these guys. Let's take a look at here. Okay, so again, a pretty typical army from the looks of it. Actually, not particularly powerful. These guys are pretty strong, but once I break these lines, these guys go quick, for sure. Let's see their commander here. We got the Goblin Chieftain. Okay, he's not their leader, is he? I don't think. I think that the Troll King is Rock Troll. Yeah. So, Chieftain. He doesn't look particularly. powerful, so that's good. No like crazy mages is what I'm wondering here. I'm gonna look closely here. So yeah, again, I do tend to want to like just OP the army I'm fighting. I wish I had more units, but that's the way it is. I might take some damage. So let's see how that goes. We're gonna have to. They're sort of attacking me. And I don't want to wait. I could sort of run a little bit more and try to catch these guys up, but I think I'll be okay. Okay, let's see how this goes. This is the first battle. Let's go ahead and put it fast forward. Now, one advantage to having a smaller army is this. So my arrows are in range, and these guys are just going to absolutely get brutalated by my arrows, whereas before, I had so many golems, both flesh and wood, that these guys didn't get a chance to actually use their arrows. And that's what actually was causing my golems to die so quickly, is they were taking the brunt of the attack, and they don't cause that much damage. Especially considering how high of HP it has. Now look at this. These guys, at the worst, have taken half damage, and most of their front line is about ready to die. This guy especially is dead. So that's awesome. What is this guy doing back here? Does he have like leadership bonus or something? He doesn't. He's just a regular old dude. So there's that. So yeah, once I break these front lines, these guys go quick. They're actually really no match, mostly for even my spearmen. But like again, the archers just decimate them for sure. These guys are getting luck cast on them, which again is awesome. I sort of wish I had the bigger luck. So what would happen in Roboticus cases? This whole army by now would probably have luck cast, and yeah, they'd be really tough to kill. So I wish we could go a little bit faster than this, but we sort of get the main point. These guys are just nothing. So I do get a little intimidated by their numbers. But they don't have anything buffing them. You know, if you had like a mage, like buffing their strength, or buffing their attack, or giving them fire shields or something, they definitely would be a force to be reckoned with. Even these guys back here, the archers aren't that great. You know, my regular army definitely does better. I think these, I haven't played as the trolls, but I bet you can't recruit. I bet you these are the ones you recruit for regular gold. So we'll see. So the captain's dead. These guys are dead. Cool. What? Oh my god, the last commander was slain by Roboticus. I just won. Well, that was certainly surprising. I guess that makes that battle a little bit obsolete. Well, shit. I'm a little disappointed. I mean, I'm happy that I won, but I was really hoping. We were like just getting started. I guess this is why you would play on a higher difficulty for sure. Well, I sort of apologize. I did not realize that it was that close to the end of the game. I would have sort of maybe tried to avoid it a little bit. I had to take on that army. I think it was their last army. They were on their last sort of burst against me. Well, let's see how good I was doing. So essentially I was losing up until I think I had these battles with the barbarians. The good news is, while I was always being out economy. Is this economy? Let's see. No, that's economy. So my economy was actually pretty good. You know, it was sort of keeping up with the Joneses, essentially. There was little bursts here and there. I think this is where they were like raiding me and getting it back, and then I'd come take it back and stuff like that. But at least it was rising a little bit. Iron income was the better of the two mostly, so that's good. I had a majority of the mines. And I had no citadel, or I had, yeah, just those. My army was, you know, sort of ever increasing with the trolls. It was always a little bit underneath them, but I wasn't being as out-armied as I thought I was, so I could have been a little bit more aggressive. Definitely had good trade. I guess actually what we should look at is the map. Let's see how big of an area. So I was actually up here. So I had a good portion of the map. I'd say I had half of the map, actually. I didn't think I had that much at all. I was close to the top of the map here. Let's see, where was I at? There's that frozen lake I was looking for. Oh, I guess no. Look at that. Here it is. Still had a bigger portion than I thought. I had more north than I thought and less west. The map went up a little further north. And I can't exactly see where the trolls were. But you know, the cool thing is a lot of the resources were down here. Like, there's not a whole lot, like, right here, as far as, like, mines and gold and towns and stuff. Most of it's on the coastal region, so I had, I think, maybe a good portion of that. Unfortunately, we did not get to attack the capital here, which would have been a hard nut to crack, no doubt. These mages look pretty powerful. I got some pretty awesome amulets here and stuff like that, and there's 4 of them. So essentially, to take it, you have to fight 4 defensive positions. So that's cool. I want to see how that looked. Here's some like independent trolls. So this would have been a tough area to crack for sure. Well, actually not. These guys are pretty small. So there's that. What else we got on the map? Some fire beans. What is that? Doesn't say. That looks like some sort of portal. But yeah, look at this, man. I was just within a few spaces of the capital. Here, I think I had taken these at one point. So I guess at one point at my largest, I had a good portion of the map. So I was doing better than I thought. Certainly now that I'm looking at it, the barbarians probably had like this little corner and the trolls were up here. So they were probably fighting over that area, and I had a big chunk. So, well, cool. That was a lot of fun, and the Enchanter certainly is a fun class to play. I do enjoy having a class that gives you some very powerful things, even though they're few and far between. I'm sad that I didn't get a chance to create any other golems. It's hard to see because they're not letting you sort of see what's what, but the gem golems might have been all would have been able to build. Like, no gold or silver mines that I'm seeing. I can't remember what the other ones were. So, okay, well, shoot. So what's next? It ended with part 9. At least I won this time. I'm a little disappointed because I was hoping this series would go like to at least part 20. But, you know, this is supposed to be a short game. I will definitely play again. I'm not going to quit playing Conquest of Elysium 4 for sure. So what you can do for me now is I'm going to try to get this posted as quickly as I can. I have Monday and Tuesday to start playing. And so hopefully as quickly as I can get as much input as I can from you guys of what class you'd like to see next. The Witch was recommended. I definitely would like to play either the Necromancer or the Witch. I'd like to play something that's not played very often, so the Witch seems sort of fun. I'm happy to play the Enchanter again as well if we feel like we didn't get to explore that very much. Maybe we do another one and then do these guys next. I'm not sure. So let me know as quickly as you can. I am going to try some other games that you may or may not be interested in. I think RimWorld, the War Fortress, all those I'm going to start putting up here soon as well. So hopefully you're interested in those. If not, that's okay. I will keep doing this. So some other game options as well. Dominions 4 would be a lot of fun to play. It's an older game now, but I still really enjoy it. It'd be fun to sort of get some perspective on that. Like I said, the War Fortress is a lot of fun, although it's insanely complex. There is a new version out right now that looks a little fun to explore. Hearts of Iron 3, if you're into that. I sort of love games with deep stats, and so those are a lot of fun. So let me know what you'd like to see. Once again, please comment on my play style, things I should do. I'll try my best to incorporate it as best I can. Again, I will not get offended if you tell me I suck, because I know I do. So your pointers have been hugely helpful. So unfortunately, we're at 20 minutes at the end of part 9. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm really happy to see that a lot of you guys kept watching through many of the parts, and so I'm happy that I'm able to entertain you as best that I can. So with that said, I will see you for the next Conquest of Elysium 4 that I play, and hopefully for some of the other games that I throw up as well. Thank you for joining me.